Although I think they're 100% switched on, but as I said on Sunday, I think, when you come into a new campaign with a new team and you've come from 5 different franchises, there's a heck of a lot to learn. And sometimes you can overburden yourself with trying to do everything the first week, and I think maybe that's what we did. That was part of it. So yeah, look, we'll have a better idea where we're at after this game, and that's why I said right at the beginning of the tour that this is a great challenge. This is a challenge this team needs. It's a worthy opponent, one of the best sides in the world at the moment, and let's expose any flaws that we have, and then we'll be able to deal with those.
Any differences in your game since you've been co-captain? Has it changed at all?
I think it's just made me realise different perspectives from the whole team, and yeah, I think if anything, just trying to make a team gel. Myself and Nussie have really enjoyed the challenge of co-captaining the Highlanders, and it's one that we've learnt along the way. We've picked up a few different things, and we've just enjoyed our time really doing that role.
Yeah, I guess he's a little bit quieter, but I think when he needs to talk, he'll talk. He'll get the message across the team or across the back line. So, yeah.
It's a role where you've got to sometimes make sure that everyone's on the same page, and yeah, I suppose it has. You've got to make sure you communicate well with the players and that you're getting the right messages across. So I think that those skills are needed throughout rugby, no matter what team you're in.
Within what we're calling an average performance, there was a lot of things that were done okay as well, but there's some glaring, obvious performances from a skill set point of view that were well below what we'd expect, and hopefully we've got that sorted out this week.
They took it to us and they played well, but in saying that, we got to take positives out of the weekend as well and bring it into this week. We didn't play well the last week and we're still able to get the win. So we just need to clean up on our basics and hopefully get a bit of performance out.
As I said after the performance, it wasn't our best, but we won't panic, and we haven't panicked. We've just gone about looking at our game in an honest fashion. We've been honest with ourselves. We've gone away and worked hard at the areas of the game that we needed to work on, and we're really looking forward to Saturday because it's an opportunity that has come around really quickly to erase that poor performance, and all we want to do is go out and play and walk off the field proud with the way we've played. If that's good enough for us to win the game, then that'll be great. If it's not good enough, then we'll have to go away and work harder again. That's just the reality of sport.
Mentally for us, it's about getting up every game and having that attitude. And England's a tough team. They're all tough, I guess, and it's just different styles, I guess. We can't just rest and wait for someone in the team to do something. We've got to take it to them.
As a first five, you're always expecting a little bit of traffic, and as probably a smaller first five that I am, you expect that too. So for me, throughout the week, I always do a bit of tackling practice and make sure I'm feeling comfortable there, and it'll be no different again this week.
It was well documented that they weren't going to pick their premier players. We knew who they were going to be quite a wee while ago. Most of them have all played regularly for England anyway. And in fact, a lot of them have played against us in 2-12 and they beat us.
So here's an opportunity. Tuolangi making some ground. Slings it on the inside to Brown. Here is Tuolangi. Caused the All Blacks all sorts of problems a couple of years ago at Twickenham.
He's a handful wherever he's going to play. Play hooker, I'd say, be a handful when he carries. He's just a good ball carrier. On the wing, he's going to have to work, and wing's a totally different position than centre, obviously, in that he can go wherever he wants to go, but at the same time he's got to have the energy to do that.
Once you get a good shot on you, you always want to get out there and get one up on them. But I expected it, and it's what I remembered. So you give some, you get some.
As the All Blacks get the opportunity on the first time England put the ball in, but they've screwed the scrum.
Oh, it's just part of the game, I think, and you know, it's going to be times where you have real good patches where it's nice and clean and everyone's getting good ball, and then there's a little wee messy patch, and I guess that's just life, really.
You know, we were lucky enough to come away with the win, but I think it was a short week last week. We came in and yeah, there's always a bit to cover off on that first week. You've got to make sure that that you're getting everything covered, but. Yeah, this week's been good preparation for us, and we're looking forward to playing on Saturday.
I think we've had a healthy respect for them for some time. I think maybe the rest of New Zealand might have a healthier respect for them too.
Yeah, England played really well. We sort of let ourselves down at times with our skill sets by just basics really. So that's an area that we'll have to improve on this week.
I still think I'm a wee way away, and again I'll continue to use the next few days to work on that and become really comfortable. But yeah, I was pretty stoked to get 80 minutes under my belt again last week in the black jersey and get another opportunity to start this week. So really excited by that challenge, walk towards that challenge and hopefully produce a better performance this weekend.
Oh, we'll kick the ball if that's the right thing to do. The game of rugby is about finding space, and you're either going to kick it there or run there or pass it there. So you just got to make the right decisions. Last week I don't think we made the right decisions when we kicked the ball. We had them outflanked on the edges a few times and ended up kicking it away rather than hanging on to it and building the pressure, which was a double-edged sword when you drop it a few times as well. So you end up not having a lot of continuity, and that in itself creates problems. So the answer to your question, we kick it more than them. Well, maybe that's because that's what we have to do to find the space. If we make good decisions, and I think back to the French second test in Christchurch last year, we kicked the ball a lot that night. But we'll run it if the opportunity is there to run it.
If we get a preparation right, then that'll lead into a good performance on Saturday, and if that's good enough, then that'll be good if we get the performance and get the win. But if we don't, as long as we can put in a good performance, then we'll be happy.
If people don't perform on a regular basis, it does put them under pressure.
You got to work as a back three, so it's two positions that work in together pretty well. So it's just in the weekend it's a chance for me to work with CJ and Jules and try and do the best job we can for the team.
Do you think Dane's found his feet at test level now?
Oh, definitely. It takes a while, and but he's been playing good for a long time. He's definitely playing well.
And Kevin's still contributing, but the body's getting old?
Oh, he's in great nick. I don't know if his body's getting old at all. He's going really well.
I'm highly motivated anyway, so it doesn't matter what I read, whether it's rubbish or good stuff or poor stuff or correct stuff. It's irrelevant. Like, this team's motivated to play well. But it is interesting to read some of the stuff after one poor performance, yeah.
Nicely controlled now. Away it goes into midfield. Tuolangi said, give it to me. As England have one last shot at it here. Here is Eastman. Dragged down, the siren goes. And the penalty goes to the All Blacks. And they'll win the game.
And that's Victor Vito again.
Perenara thumps it up into the grandstand. And the All Blacks have the victory. There'll be a lot of questions asked after the game. It wasn't the greatest performance, but it was a win by 20 points to 15.